Money Smart for Young People provides a comprehensive, developmentally appropriate program for students to build an understanding of key financial concepts. There are many features that help make the Money Smart curriculum engaging, motivating, and easy to use. Each lesson includes learning objectives, essential questions, supplies needed, and the preparation required, as well as features and components to support easy integration of Money Smart activities into your instructional day.
Let's take a practical look at how to facilitate a lesson for students in grades 9 to 12. We'll demonstrate the activities found in Lesson 20, Protect Yourself. In this lesson, students explore identity theft and learn about strategies to protect their personal information, as well as the consequences of identity theft in different real-world scenarios. From phishing, farming, and text message scams to detecting employment fraud, students learn how to differentiate between multiple unethical deceptions. After identifying identity compromises, they also research methods to protect themselves and discover ways to prevent identity theft. Students learn the essential steps to take if their information has been breached and what to do after those first action steps are taken.
The overview page contains a snapshot of the entire lesson and identifies where to locate the answer key, key terms, and standards connections. Each lesson follows this common format, so let's take a look at it. The overall topic is listed along with subject connections. Some school districts have a standalone financial literacy course, and others embed financial education into other curriculum areas.
The time required for this lesson is 70 minutes, but time requirements will vary with classroom learning levels and the depth of your topic exploration. The learning objectives and essential questions are listed to identify the concepts that will be covered, and a supply and preparation list is provided to assist in planning for the lesson. In this lesson, you will need a projector for the teacher's slides and access to the internet. Open the lesson with the warm-up identity theft slide that introduces the topic to the students. You might start by discussing that DNA analysis can scientifically prove that there is just one of every person, but there are many crafty criminals that may be able to steal personal information, for example, your social security number, birth date, or credit card numbers, and use your identity to commit fraud or other crimes with your identity. Discuss with students why identity theft is a serious problem and how it is becoming more sophisticated with the number of new victims growing. Be sure to discuss the consequences of identity theft too. You may face months or years of cleaning up the damage to your reputation and credit rating, and you may even lose out on loans, jobs, and other opportunities.
After about 10 minutes on the warm-up, move to the guided exploration part of the lesson, which focuses on compromising information and will take approximately 25 minutes. Start by sharing the 3 types of identity theft slides and review each of the different tactics, phishing, farming, and text message spam, that thieves use to steal information. Discuss the definitions of each and ask if any students have experienced this type of identity theft. Also ask them if they've ever received any spam emails or texts and what they did when it happened. This might be a good time to explain that if an offer sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. Next, ask students how they think they can protect themselves and what could be some ways to avoid identity theft. Invite students to share their answers. For students just starting to study the topic, share additional examples of types of identity theft and make sure students can identify the differences among each before moving on to the free exploration section. For a more advanced class, have students research current events and find news articles that address any types of the identity theft that have been discussed. Have students present their article and then analyze it together as a class.
Each topic includes additional information labeled as Money Smart tips to add to the lesson. If time permits in this lesson, you may want to address the topic of oversharing with your students. Talk about today's online world.
When we go online, it's extremely easy to freely share personal information without fully considering who exactly might have access to that information. Do you know what personal information is okay and is not okay to share about yourselves online?
The last part of the guided exploration section includes a handout, Spot Identity Theft. that is designed to be reviewed in class. As you review each scenario, ask students to raise their hands for yes or no for each story, and then engage students in a discussion about why or why not identity theft is possible.
You answer the phone one evening at home. The voice on the other end is offering a free weekend trip to a ski resort, but to get your coupon, you must give a credit card number. It sounds like a great idea. Do you give the number?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I need a vacation.
No way! They could use that number to commit fraud.
The next part of the lesson is independent exploration activities, which are designed to be more independent than the guided exploration classroom activities and may be used as homework assignments, collaborative group work, or independent study. An example of independent exploration in this lesson is an activity on more scams that takes about 30 minutes. Start by discussing with students how it's not just spam that we have to be on the lookout for, but that there are other scams that can cause significant financial headaches. Display the job scams slide and review with students how employment scams are growing in popularity among criminals because they offer a solution to finding work, such as a paid certification or training with the promise of a job at the end. Only the job never comes. The criminal takes your cash and moves on to the next victim.
Distribute the "this job, not that job" handout. And if internet access is available, you may want to go to the FTC website and watch the 3-minute video, Job Scams. Have students work together in small groups to analyze each of the job offerings. Challenge each group to identify which job on the handout is legitimate and which is not, documenting their supporting reasons. Invite volunteers to share their conclusions with the class and review why one job offer is more credible than the other. The lesson concludes with a wrap-up that is designed to be about 5 minutes and suggests having the students create a shield of protection for their own personal data as a quick activity.
Identity theft can easily be incorporated into different curricular areas. In the Educator's Guide, there are extended exploration ideas that extend financial literacy concepts throughout the school year within core content areas, such as English language arts, math, social studies, economics, and technologies.
Thank you again for your interest in Money Smart for Young People. To learn more about the FDIC's free resources for educators, visit www.fdic.gov/teachers.